Everyone, Uni's 20. Been a while. I'm not using the fancy mic because it made my voice sound weird and I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm just gonna stream for a little bit, not super crazy. I am working with SRPG Studio, which is it's a game on Steam, a tool on Steam you can buy. I forgot how much it was, $59.99 I want to say. And you can use it to make little turn-based games. It's really cool, like Fire Emblem-esque. So yeah, not much else. Anyway, what was I doing? Right. Okay, so I've been trying to figure out how to make it so that when you defeat a boss, all the other enemies on the map disappear. And I think I have that figured out, but only because I asked on the Twitters, not on the Twitters, on the Discord. Yeah, I think I can do it like this. How do I do this? Okay, give me a second. Remove unit, specify unit, enemies, event enemies. There's an event enemy. Why is there an event enemy? I'm doing the correct chapter, right? There shouldn't be an event enemy in this chapter. Thief, thief, thief. Brigand, brigand, brigand. Thief, thief. Bosco. Brigand, brigand. And the reinforcements, I think, are just more... Yeah. What the hell are you doing here? That's really weird. Well, I'm gonna delete it and let's see if it breaks anything. Alright, so we're gonna have to browse through the auto events really quickly, see if Bosco disappeared from anywhere. No, he's still there. Oh shit, wait, what? Now I remember. I needed that Bosco. Fuck! I was on the wrong map. Oh man. I gotta do this again now. Ah, that was a dumb move on my part. I really thought I was on the right map. Wait, I am on the right map. I'm so stupid. Ah, I'm trying because the point of this map is that you're supposed to defeat Bosco and then the map ends, and then a cutscene plays. But the way that I have it set up, because you don't have to route the enemy, it's very possible that you'll beat the map without killing anyone, because you can do that if you don't want to kill everyone on the map for whatever reason. So I wanted to make it so that all the enemies disappeared. For some reason I thought I was on this map. This map is, I think, a route. Yeah. So gosh, that was dumb. Okay then, let's do this again. Event enemy. There we go. Unit events. He doesn't need these. And this time it's okay. I got the event enemy back. Now I need to put him back into his event. Here we go. Bosco. Okay. Alright. So, fucking idiot. Alright, crisis averted. Alright, so next thing is we're going to delete every single every single unit once the map ends. So this is triggered when the map ends. Can I just add it onto here? Or do I guess to keep it organized, because then this event string will get really long, I can just create another one. Because I think they'll go in order from top to bottom. They do. I can confirm that with the next map. So, start and okay, unit. I want to set this event to happen when Bosco, the boss, is dead. I actually don't know if I need to do this part, but I'm specifying that he dies in 2 different ways. Okay. I'm gonna call this enemies retreat, and we'll get started. So it's remove unit, specify unit, enemies. We'll just go down the list, grab everyone. So that's the first brigand, then we do thief. Then we do second thief, thief 2. Then we do thief 3. Okay. Thief 4. This is the last one. This is brigand 2. Remove that guy. Get him out of here. Brigand 3. Four and 5. Before I even got the answer that this is what you were supposed to do, I assumed this was what you were supposed to do, but I was like, there's no way it's this tedious. There has to be a command in the game that just removes all enemies. You know? It can't make you do it all by yourself. But it does. I mean, maybe there's a way to script it, but we all know that I can't script. I can't. Wait a minute. Okay, that should be everything. So I guess now we have to test it. Do I have Janix still overpowered? I do. Alright. So let's move. What am I on? Let's move Janix over here. Let's test the map. Oh, audio might be loud. Oh, I have my headphones on. So does it not capture then? Oh, I know what it is. Give me a second. I think the last time I was playing, I muted it since I was going to be hopping between the game and... Yep. Alright, it's working now. So, alright. Fight. He gets all mad. I gotta walk over to him and kill him. Okay. They're all gone. Unfortunately, that then presents me with another issue. The reinforcements. Because they did not appear yet but they come in, I think on turns 3 and 4. Oh, I can just, yes, turn 3 and turn 6. Unless I can still mess with their events though, right? I should be able to. I think. So, doing my best. No, I can set an event to trigger when they die, but it won't remove them because they're reinforcements. Well, that just makes a whole nother problem. Isn't that fun? I can make instead of having them use their reinforcements function, I can make it so that they're event enemies that come in on a certain turn. So it's a different way to make them reinforcements without using the game's reinforcement function. And if I do that, they would be in the event enemies tab, which means then I can work with them and delete them. So I'm going to do that instead. Alright. Hang on a second. So the brigands are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. Alright. Let's see. Okay, brigand 6, brigand 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, because like the unit disappearing event worked, but it looks a little weird because they just like disappear. If I can make them run away, that would be better. So brigand 2, direction to the move, so he runs to the left. I think. I've always gotten this mixed up. I've had characters run the opposite direction that I imagine that the direction is telling them to. So he should run to the left. So let's replay that whole scenario again. Yeah, okay, he ran away to the left. Alright. Obvious. So Brigand 2 runs to the left, Brigand 6. also runs to the left. Thief 7 and Thief 11 run to the left. Okay. Oops. And then we've got Thieves 9, 8, 9, and 10 who run up. And then we've got 3, 4, and 5 who run down. Of course, this is from their default point, but if you're in the middle of messing with the battle and they've moved positions, then it might look a little odd, but at least for this, it'll look better than just vanishing. Oops. Yep, that looks a million times better. Hang on. So why is the next event not playing? Did I need to put it here? They both activate. Doesn't make any sense. Fuck. Do I need to? Do I need to? Alright, we'll just add her on here. Doesn't make any sense that one... Whatever. Yeah, I think it's like multiple, right? Five, 6, 8, 7. Obviously, I'm not actually going to keep them numbered. It's just, I've discovered that it actually makes it very easy, a lot easier to tell what you're messing with when you number them, and or give them little additional names. So let's try this out again. Because we're supposed to get into the Hideo battle after this. There we go. Now it works. So then this happens, and then it took me a while to figure out how to do this. And this was the issue, because right here it'll swap back to the game map, and it'll make it look like a fight will start. But if I have the other units on the screen, it'll look weird because they're hanging out. I don't think other Fire Emblem games do that. I think usually when the story ends or when the fight ends, characters vanish. But like you saw there, they appeared. Why was that Janix? What's happening? That was supposed to be Hideo. Oh, right, because I deleted Bosco. Okay. I deleted the event enemy. Okay. So I want Bosco to run in from the left and Hideo to run in from the right. Right? That didn't look right. Give me a second. Now I think I have it fixed. Hang on. That's like the silliest thing to be getting. Ah, she critted him. Unnecessary? That did not look right at all. There, I need to flip the directions that they run. See, I scripted this battle, and unfortunately, in a weird way that I don't like the way this game handles it, I initially, like, let me show you. When I did that battle the first time, the Hideo Basco computer battle, I had written this, and what happened was Hideo would attack first, Bosco would retaliate and miss, and then Hideo would crit and kill him. That's how it was originally going to go. But, for some reason, Hideo only ever attacked once. So what I wound up having to do was give him the ability to attack multiple times just to make the battle work, which doesn't make any sense to me. It's a scripted battle. It shouldn't be using their stats at all. It should be doing what I tell it to do. It was really dumb. But I told it to attack twice, and Hideo only attacked once because his unit can only attack once. So I had to give him the ability to attack twice. It doesn't make any sense. I think this should look better. Let's try again. She did it again. I mean, she is level 30, so... Okay, there we go. So I had Bosco running from left to right, and Kumon running from right to left. Bosco from left to right, and Hideo from right to left. So the direction is the way that they're going. So when Bosco runs in, he's going right, but he's coming from the left. I misinterpreted it as the direction you're giving them here is the direction that they emerge from. So I wanted Bosco to come out of the left side of the square, but that makes him come out of the right side so that he runs to the left. That's what was mixing me up. Okay, now the next part, we gotta create event enemies and have them take over the role of the reinforcements. Since, fuck. You know? So for the first, like, 4 maps, first 3 maps, the first 3 maps are exclusive, like, the first map is against, well, I mean, this one doesn't count as a prologue. The first map is against, that doesn't count either. What the hell? Oh, these got flipped. Alright, so the first map is against, okay. Just brigands, axe guys. 2 throws in some thieves. 2 is brigands and thieves again. 4 adds druids. 5 is going to add more druids. And actually this one's 6 now. By the way, a cool thing that you can do, which thanks if you all was able to learn with communication events and stuff, it's one of my favorite things, is that so when you start the battle lets you use the preparations menu, and when you use it, you have this little thing over here called base events, and you go in and it has little conversations between the characters about things that are going on at the moment that you can do. It's like, I think it's the info tab in Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn that had that. And it's just really nice. I like that kind of stuff. Anyway, I don't want to do the reinforcements. It's so dumb that you gotta do it that way, but they don't let you mess with it otherwise, because I'm pretty sure otherwise... When the reinforcements... Like, let's just play this out until the reinforcements show up. I forgot that I have him set to approach when you're in range. Alright, so Let's just skip turns until the reinforcements get here. Okay, there's a group. Yeah, see, they won't run away. So they're just awkwardly standing in the trees, and then the Hideo Basco battle happens, and they're still standing there. The battle resolves, they're still standing there. So you see, it just doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't happen that way. That's not how it's supposed to go. Son of a bitch. Alright. I'll just delete these guys. I don't need them anymore. Okay, just delete this crap. Okay. So, I had 4 and 3, that's 7. Should I introduce archers? Like enemy archers? I think that'd be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So let's do another brigand first. And then we'll create archers. Guess we can stick to the generic image. Doesn't really matter. Class, archer. I need 3. Okay. So I'm done messing with these guys. So I don't need their specifications anymore. Okay. So now I'm gonna get these guys. So it's so bring in the thief. I need another one, right? Yeah, I need it. Yeah, I need another one, dummy. So just duplicate another thief. So on the bottom screen, we're gonna have a brigand, a thief, and then an archer, and on top we're gonna have a brigand, a thief, and an archer. Okay. So auto event, create event. Top reinforce and create event. Oops, what the hell? This one will be bottom reinforced. Alright, so top reinforced should happen, I think it was on turn 3. Player turn 3. Enable turn. Okay. Actually, wait. If it happens when player 3's turn starts, player 4 turn? I'll just leave it like this and then we'll... Okay. Then top will be player 6. So bottom, this is the bottom reinforcement. We'll use Brigand B. It will appear right here. Direction to appear top, because he'll come from the bottom and he'll run up. Watch me be wrong. Brigand B, Thief B will appear here. And Archer B will appear in the middle. Yeah, that makes sense. Then on the top, we'll have Brigand top, he'll come from the left, so he'll be running to the right. They should all be moving to the right. Thief T will go here. And the archers. Alright, where's the other one? Probably should name them Archer T1 and Archer T2. Okay. Let's test it out with these new little things. These new little things. Alright, turn 1. Turn 2. There they are. Yeah, I don't want them to appear. Turn 3. That was turn 3, but that was my turn. Reinforcements should come in on your turn. Okay, it worked though. So we'll do enemy 3. And we'll also throw in that it starts at the end of enemy phase. That's enemy 3. And this will be enemy 6. End of enemy phase. Okay. That should do it. Oops. Forgot if you click on save, it just closes. Okay, this is turn 3, I believe. Yep. Okay, so it should be at the end of the enemy phase. Yep. They came in at the end, nothing happened. And there they are. And then 5. And it's the end, so the rest of them should come in, right? Yep. Alright, that's beautiful. That works. You know what that means. Now we need to do this and erase them. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Remove unit. The bottom brigand. So he'll leave through the bottom. The bottom thief leaves through the bottom. And the bottom archer leaves through the bottom. See, this is exactly why I didn't want it to be one long event. But I couldn't get them to trigger one after the other. Now let's remove the top units. Fucking hell. You know, this is probably gonna make me stick to route to be a lot of the conditions if I have to delete fucking everything myself. Why are you down here? Go back up with the other ones. Just need to remove the other archer and I'll be done. Thank goodness. And once again, this is assuming that you don't, you know, kill everything. And there. I think that should get it done. Yay. Alright, so let's see everything I want to work on. I actually want to make this map bigger. So, like, this is a map. This map is a turning point for the story, so I want it to be bigger. Oops. Are you kidding me? It's gonna delete everything too? Really? Fucking hell. Why isn't there not an undo function? Is there an undo function? Why is it labeled like that? That's so dumb. It doesn't make any sense. Fucking really? Alright, give me a second. Sorry, I need to Google something. Really? There's no way to undo? Are you kidding me? Yeah, there's just no way to undo it. There's just no way to undo it. You made a stupid mistake? Fuck you. That's fucking stupid. That's actually unacceptable. Like, fucking shit, man. I mean, I had the whole map set, and I wanted to move it over to the right. But it moved over to the left. That's fucking stupid. Really fucking stupid. Alright. I don't even know what units were standing here. I know Bosco was there. Fucking stupid piece of shit. I think that's everything. Alright. Let's duplicate the map so I don't make that fucking mistake again. Okay, so shift the map, move it 5 spaces. Oh, what am I supposed to say? To the left or to the right? Which way was it? Left? Doesn't make any sense. If I tell it to go to the left, it'll go off screen. Has to be right, right? There we go. Fucking bullshit. I can't believe there is no undo function for that. Alright. This thing is funny how none of the events actually moved. Even though I told it to. Because they're all still here, where they're not supposed to be. Okay, let's just move Chain X over here. Tie over here. Lila is number 3. She goes over here. And Aaron fills in the last spot. And all the missing stuff is Bosco, which they removed. Fucking dumb. Dead. 5 deads. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 enemies. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do it. Put it back up, put it back up. But it deleted the enemies? Why would it do that? That's the most costly mistake you could ever fucking make. I can't believe there's no undo function for that. I need to do all this again? I just can't believe that actually happened. Oh, I'm so annoyed. Because, like, that Bosco was unique. He had unique events tied to him already. Why did they delete it? It doesn't make any sense. If I shove the characters off screen, fine, okay, delete them from the field, obviously. But not from my data. There's no reason why these should have been removed. That's so fucking stupid. Wow. Alright, well, you can see the rest of the map now, since it's no longer cut off. It's 5 taller and 10 deeper, so I'm probably going to move Bosco down here somewhere. Let's continue the road. And I will also continue the forest. There. Isn't that cool? like you're simply seeing more of the map. Oops. Make sure Control Alt Z works at that point, but not anywhere else. I gave him unique stats and everything. Skills that I give him. I definitely gave him Blessing. I do not remember the stats I gave him. It was either 10s or 15s. Because he's strong now. I can't even remember the description. It was like a driven mad by a blade, I think? Something like that. We'll just keep it simple for now. Oh, and class is a thief. Right, and I gave him the unique battle music. Let's see if I can remember which one it was. I think it was this one. No. I don't think so. That's not it. Definitely not that one either. Nope. I really don't remember what it was. We'll leave it at that. Oh, there he is. It's so dumb. I also hate that you can't place enemies. Like, if I go into the thing, as you just saw, and I create an enemy, Whatever. I'm not gonna complain anymore. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. Where'd that new unit go? Oh, I deleted it. Okay. Sure. Whatever. Alright, it's chapter 6 anyway. It's not even chapter 5. Should probably start working on that one. It's like the whole point of this game, which I'm actually gonna need to retcon, is described in the opening text of the first chapter. Let me see if I could release trial version. Actually, you know what? I think this might be a good time to put in like the system events. Let's see. Um, what do I want to say? Sure, let me test that out actually. So this is the beginning of the game. The year is 1992. The peaceful land of Arium is home to many peoples living in prosperous kingdoms. Of the various nations, two stood out as the most powerful. I dropped the audio a bit. The Kingdom of Atham and the Kingdom of Firum. These two entities... Right, I keep forgetting that I need to fix that. I'm missing a few words there. These two entities maintain the peace in Arium. That is, until Farum discovered what they believed to be the blade which carved the land. Thus Farum's king began a relentless war, destroying neighboring kingdoms in search of the rest of his mythical weapon. Amassing their might, the Kingdom of Atham fought to protect the peace of Arium. The year is now 1995. The Kingdom of Atham's glorious army, led by decorated General Hideo Kumon, begins his assault on Castle Farum. The last day of the war begins. And then you jump into Prologue, the fall of Farum at Castle Farum. And you get the intro dialogue with Hideo, as well as Stephen. Okay, that's cool. I think I can do that better. I just want to see how it looked. Alright, so this is the first level. And actually, it took me a while to figure this out, too. Because the units you have in the opening, like, are just supposed to be for the prologue. It's a really overpowered... They're both really overpowered. Steven's bow is a 2-3 range. So, the issue that I was having was that in every other chapter, whenever I would turn on battle prep menu to test it, because I was curious, and whenever I would play the published version of the game, when you got to selecting the characters, there were the 4 Reapers, Janix, Lila, Aaron, and Ty, and then Hideo and Steven were on every single character selection screen. I tried to tell the game that they were restricted, sortie restricted, but they still showed up, and I was still able to select them, and worse, I was still able to give their weapons to the other characters, and it's like, you don't want them to be carrying the Reaper, or in his case, Sure Shot. They're too powerful for early in the game. They'll let you body everything. So it was an issue, but I figured it out where I have them actually. These are not the Hideo and Steven player versions. These are the guest versions. so they don't actually get added to your list. And then I had the inverse problem when I was trying to add the first recruit character, but I figured that out, thankfully. That was a whole mess. I keep forgetting to turn on the real battle. So you kill that guy, he gives you the key to open the door. Which, that was the whole thing in itself, where I was trying to learn how to use a key. So you can see how the game looks when it's actually playing. A lot of the skills in the game are automatic, and they trigger 100%. So when I first gave Steven the dual skill, he was double shotting everything. And then when I figured out how you're supposed to make characters double attack, he began quad attacking everything until I went into the skill and decreased its percentage. Of course, skills, you can have them activate at a flat percentage rate, or you could make them activate at a based off of a different stat of the character. I'll probably end up changing them so that they go stat wise, because I think that's probably better than just a percentage chance. Because then that means that the skills can be more specialized. Whereas if it's a percentage chance, everybody has the ability to use them the same way. Also, when I first did this map, the healers were healing the enemies, and I needed to get them to stop, which I did. But now I'm worried if next time I won't have the enemies healing each other like they should be. Also, I was really hoping you could change the pursuit value, which because I don't even know what it is. It just says that if you're faster than your enemy, they will auto attack, and you'll get a second attack. Which, okay, fine, but how much faster? I thought it was 3, like in Fire Emblem, but it's not. This guy's speed is what, 5, and Stevens is 12. Well, of course it's gonna double attack him. Kumon is so broken. But I guess that's kind of the point. It's supposed to be the final battle of the war, and you're playing as like the big hero guy. So yeah, naturally. Also, you get reinforcements, even though you probably don't need them. Every single time I've ever tested this level, you know what's funny? I've never attacked these two guys. They're so far off to the side, and they only respond to range. I think I'm gonna make them move in closer or something. Maybe I should actually, when these guys come in, I should have some more enemies come in too. Just cause, why not, right? You can attack twice for 19, and as you can see, good old King of Pharaoh, man, has more than that. So I'm just gonna wait. There is that music. That's the one I use for this boss encounter, and the boss encounter in Chapter 4. Yeah, he also has a conversation that I put in for talking to Steven. Of course, the conversation is very one-sided. Um, and I can debug it so you can see it. It's nothing crazy, but I just thought it was funny. So it's just that he doesn't even deign Steven with a response. He doesn't see the point. And then you attack with Hideo and you end it. Yeah, Hideo has the chance of ending this in like one encounter if he lands a crit, because of course. I didn't make King Farum strong enough though, because there was one time where he got defeated by the allies, and I'm like, that shouldn't happen. So I think I should probably like buff up his defense or give him more attack. But then he becomes an issue for Hideo and Steven. I guess I could just buff them up too. Just make it so they're on a different field so that they can't come and steal the kill. I mean, granted, he was weak, and they were only doing like 1 or 2 damage, but still, that was enough to win the fight. So the big MacGuffin of the game, and the title of the game, is The Blade Which Carved the Land. I wrote that and immediately forgot what I wrote, because throughout the game I identified it as several other things. Not always the blade which carved the land. Which is rather silly. Let me see. I think it was actually here where I had it wrong at one point. Do you all know the legend of the blade which carved the land? I mean, it's a long title, sure, but I also called it the sword which carved the world, and I was like, that's incorrect. I found that later, and I had both. I used both throughout the script in so many different places, so I needed to fix them. Mambo number 5. All right, I didn't fix him here. I can do that now. Yeah, these text strings get really long for the information I need to dole out. Originally, it went from 4. This was chapter 5, but like I felt jumping from here to here was too much, especially for how big of a chapter this is going to be, where it kicks off the rest of the plot. So I added another one, which also get us used to our ally, our new ally that you get in chapter 4, who is Velka here. I took her from, obviously, I mean, I'm only using the game's default files. And I guess she's supposed to be just a generic female bandit to correspond with Bosco's generic male bandit. So I kind of made them siblings, but then I was like, I'm going to make her playable. So, I mean, the characters still don't have a healer, so I'll need to work on implementing that. But I think with Velka, you have all the basic weapons covered: sword, lance, axe, bow, magic. Yep. You don't have any mounted units, so I'll have to worry about that later. Because neither Steven or uh, actually, there is something that I wanted to ask on the Discord, which I should do that. Because one thing I want to know how to do is... So the first thing I want to know how to do is this. This is the extras page where you can click and, oh, look, you can see the characters and you can read, like, their bios and stuff. Blah, 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 blah. I wanted to know if there's a way... There is a way. I just want to know how to do it. To lock the character things. Like, you can't see them until you meet them in the story. So after the prologue, if you save the game and jump out of the prologue, you'll only be able to see Hideo, Tai, and the last king of Farum. But if you get to chapter 1, then Janix, Aaron, Lila, Tai, and Bosco appear. And after you pass chapter 4, you can see Velka here too. So that's kind of like what I want to do. You know, I want to see... I want to do... And also another thing that I want to try to do is a store. So I have a store already. Let's see if I can jump into the official version, quote unquote. No, this is not the file that has it, of course. It has to be after that chapter, chapter 4 or 5. Here we go. Oh, it's in the middle of the chapter, dummy. I can do this one because it'll end. Right, yeah, and this guy gets a creepy theme too. And yes, Black Wave is a reference to Advance Wars. So here, this is a store, and like, do I just create another instance of the store with all the same gear, but then add stronger gear? Or is there a way that I can have it so that it unlocks stronger gear just depending on like checkpoints going through certain chapters? Because I'm pretty sure that there should be a way to avoid duping all your stuff. You know, you shouldn't need 8 copies of the same store but with different loadouts that you put into different chapters, right? So that should be something that you can just do. You know, respond to CXP, awesome. I'm glad that works. I don't know what info is. If I hit next, where does it take me? Alright, this is the version that starts here. This is actually another thing I need to figure out too. So thanks to the internet, I was able to find a way to make it so you can hop back and forth like I just did. You can go back to the base if you forgot to buy something or if you want to get more bonus EXP, and then you can head back to the battle. But I want to know how to make it so that when you come back from the base, it brings you right here, back to battle prep, not to the start of the chapter. That's what I want to do. So, questions. And yes, look, you have all 5. Why are you guys still here? You guys should be here. What's going on? I don't know. I'll have to figure that out at some other point. There's a lot of things I need to figure out. I think it's fun to mess with, though. Absolutely, I've been enjoying all the time that I spent with this stupid thing. I just wish I was better at figuring. Like, I guess the thing is that I figured out how to do that base thing because the guy told me how to use switches, or not the guy. He just put the tutorial up for random reasons, and then I read it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, I'll do that." Um, but yeah, I think that's good enough. Like, it's a good little stream just to see how this thing works. I'm gonna go on the Discord right now and ask a bunch of questions. I'm glad I remembered because I totally forgot all the questions I wanted to ask them earlier. So it's actually really good to know now. Also, need to get Janix to stop talking to herself. Okay, yeah, I didn't update it. Yeah, it's supposed to. The camera's supposed to zoom in over to Bosco, not to Janix. Whereas focus on location, unit, Bosco. Okay, and then new battle, focus on location, specify over here. Alright, so they're gonna run outside, they're gonna see Bosco. And then bloop up. Actually, can I make him move? I can. Alright. Actually, let me try that. Where's Bosco? Okay. And then we're gonna move him. His goal is to run back to his starting point. Okay, let's test it out this way. Huh. Start. End. How do I drag it? Oh. Okay. Root 12, x12, y8 is branching? What does that mean? He starts here and he ends there, right? Oh, okay. Let's try this again. Because I don't like that it focuses on Bosco and then cuts the Reapers off. It's because they're off to the side, that's why. I'll probably throw in some text to make that a little less awkward. But that's cool, I like that. It's much better. Alright. Probably gonna be a hard fight. Actually, hang on a second. Yeah, you can use Velka, yay! And look, you got 5 people. Yeah, this is like the turning point, so it's gonna be a very important chapter. And I've already had a lot of fun working on it, but I need to go back to working on this one. So it's gonna be outside of the caves. They're leaving, they're like, okay, we can go home now and we can figure out what's going on, but then like the bandits come out after them, more druids and blah blah blah. Which is druids are really strong. Just because it's like the first time in the game you're fighting magic and it's already so early. So I made it so they don't move or attack. They only counter attack and attack if you're in their range. Um, so yeah, if you want to take them out, it's good EXP, but you know, be careful. But yeah, my issue with Velka here was I couldn't figure out how to actually make my Velka. Because when it comes to a Velka appearing, you can only choose units from the event section or players. And I have Velka as a player, but I didn't want to use her as a player. I wanted her to run into the field as an ally, not an enemy. She has no reason to attack the Reapers. So I was like, how do I do that? And I just created an ally, but then that wound up with me having two Velkas. And I found out about this here, the create ally as an event. And I did that, or create player as ally. So it would take a player that you already have and put them down as an ally, and then you just need to do the rest of the events to recruiters your side. Makes sense, right? The issue then became that Velka I could not make spawn in on a later turn because that Velka counts as an ally. Like that Velka is in this category. And as you saw, when you try to do unit appearances in the events, they don't let you choose from the straight up allies. It has to be the event allies. So I wound up creating an event ally Velka for you to recruit, but then that's not the player Velka. And then someone showed me how to do it, and it turned out all you needed to do was go into the freaking event allies and click create player as ally, and then they'd pop in here, and then you can control them from the events. And good gosh, I was upset. But yeah, I mean, the event Ty and Hideo, or the event Steven and Hideo, are the same as the guest Steven and Hideo, with the exception of, I think, Hideo's description. So for guest Hideo here, this one, guest, um, his description is talking about how he's an Atom general. But for player Hideo, because it takes place years later, it talks about how he's the commander of the Reapers. Because he formed the Reapers after the war. I was really excited for support data, but it's different than what I expected it to be. It works in the very basic way the support stuff works in Fire Emblem, where if the characters are close to each other, they gave each other a buff, a little buff, and that's it. Ugh. I've seen plenty of tutorials though for how to make this stuff get stronger and also how to actually implement support conversations. So I'm gonna do that. Absolutely, I'm gonna follow those tutorials to a T, and that's gonna be fun. Yeah, so messing with this thing is super fun. We accomplished a little bit. I wish I could have accomplished more, but I got really upset. I hope some people had fun watching this. I don't know. Regardless, I will be keep working on this, and maybe I'll pop back in when I have a lot more to show and I have made a lot more progress. I'm gonna do a let's play of my own game. You know, I know how to play it. That'd be pretty funny. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I definitely recommend this if you want to make a silly little, fun little turn-based game. Of course, the cool thing about this thing is you can add your own original content. So if you can make little sprite shit like this, you can use your own stuff, and that's rad. Like it would definitely help because it's pretty limited. Like when I look at it and I'm like, oh, what do I want to use? I don't want to use this. I want to use something like this where it doesn't have an equivalent, and that's fine. I think I'm gonna do this whole thing with just the default of what it gives me. If there's anything that I do want to do, it's like create or commission my own character portraits, so I can actually have the characters look more like how I imagine. I've chosen the ones closest to my characters for how they actually look, and they're pretty good choices. I actually really like them. I really like the default art in the game. Classes, your own sprites. The weapon animations, freaking rad. That stuff is really cool. And I like the idea that you can do whatever you want with it. Just really cool. Anyway, that's all. Thanks everyone so much for watching. I figured out class changing too. I'm so smart. And got a lot of questions to ask. See y'all next time. Until then, Nasta.